Thanks for tuning in to my playthrough of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. It's an honor to do a playthrough of a mainline Pokemon game for your enjoyment, so kick back, relax, and have a great day. Okay, so before we leave Professor Oak's laboratory, we're going to try to hook up Pokemon Go, or the Pokeball Plus, this little doohickey right here, which acts as a controller and contains the special Pokemon Mew. Mine doesn't anymore because I'm a dummy. That dummy's name is BrianSaviano, aka BrickShowBrian. Welcome to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Let's communicate. Mystery gifts. We can't get it by the internet, right? No way. No gift was found. Aw. So, let's see. Go, nope, that's not, nope, no. How do we connect it? Do we go, wait, hold on. Oh, open controller settings. Okay. What if I do this? You have to hit the middle thing on the Pokemon Plus. There you go. So now it's activated. Ooh, cool. We're going to confirm this. It's going to communicate, which communicating is always the appropriate thing to do. You have to hold it that certain way. And I don't believe I have Mew or am able to get Mew anymore. Because that's the gimmick when you buy this, is you get Mew inside of here. This is what the box looks like. And then you have Mew be able to pick that up and use it in your game throughout your entire journey. Mythical Pokemon Mew, one of the rarest you can ever find, and I messed it up because I imported Mew into my game the first time, and I don't think it carries over to this time. So, cool. Let me just check here. Get with a Pokeball Plus. I don't... Yeah, it doesn't contain... that's... Awesome. So, the whole thing of having Mew in the game is totally not worth it. And I don't like this controller. I don't like it one bit. And because, like, it's so small. It's so small. And, like, sometimes when I hold the controller like this, like, I'll accidentally hold it like that, thinking it's a perfectly round ball, and then, like, the controls will get all messed up. I don't like it, so I'm just going to play with the Joy-Con. But enough of all that noise. We will... I don't even know what the Y button is. What is the Y button? Is it... Like, how do I... No. Wait, hold on. Okay, I just spent 5 minutes fiddling with the settings to turn the controller off because I don't know why. So, we're going to try connecting this with Pokemon Go because I don't know how that works, and I've never done it before, so let's give it a shot. So, we go into... Nope, we can't do that right now. No, we can. Communicate? No. How do we... Options? Pokemon Go settings. When you connect a specific account, blah, 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 blah. What's in the area? So we have a bunch of Eevee in the area because it's celebrating the event that's happening with the game coming out right now. So searching for a Pokemon Go account. So if I go into my settings here, and I go to, let's see, Pokemon or Nintendo Switch, connect to Nintendo Switch. Device is not supported. What are you talking about? How about now? Connect to Switch. There we go. Available devices. Ooh, BrianSaviano's account has been found. I want to pair that. There we go. Pairing is complete. You can transfer a Pokemon from Pokemon Go by visiting the park complex in Fuchsia City. Okay. So we're not going to get to Fuchsia City for a long time. So, never mind. So, that was biggest waste of my time, 2018. So, we can go now and progress on our journey into the wondrous world of Pokemon. So, now we're going to leave Pallet Town almost forever, I would say. We never have to go back. Hey, Brian, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Sportswear from your friend's big sister. Okay, try putting that on Pikachu. You can go on an adventure in matching clothes. Cool. I guess matching clothes are a thing we have in the game. Can we get Pikachu a BrickShowBrian t-shirt? That would be cool. So, you can play with your Pokemon here, which actually helps with improving your friendship slash, like companionship level with them. That helps because you can get different effects, at least in the older games. You get different effects if you have a good relationship with your Pokemon. So, let's see. I'll feed you one of these here. Oh, a pineapple berry is to make you get more candy out of them. So why is it in the game if we don't need candy for Pokemon? I don't know. Alright. So, yeah, you can play with Pikachu or Eevee at any time. And that's clearly a main feature of the game because it's a big, massive button that's on screen there. So, they definitely want you to do that. So, let's see here. We're going to avoid these Pokemon here because as much as we get experience, you will always gain more experience by battling trainers than you will by battling random Pokemon in the wild. We have our first trainer battle, and it's against this little kid, youngster Ronnie, challenging me, the GOAT. Rattata versus Ezreal the Pikachu. Oh boy. Let's see how badly this is going to go for Ronnie. Thunder Shock it up, and that should be a one-hit KO. Almost. Close. So this is very much so designed for you to win. You are super duper uber supposed to win. Thunder Shock is not a move that we learned. It was already on our Pikachu. So as long as you don't do, if you don't do anything at all, then yeah, you're gonna lose. But clearly, we win now. So there are multiple types of moves for Pokemon. You have moves that are like attacking type moves that are like, Thunder Shock and Tackle and all that, but then moves like Tail Whip and Swords Dance, which is a more advanced move, but moves like that are moves that affect the status of a stat of Pokemon. So what we're going to do is go inside of here, and this is a Pokemon Center where you can go up to the always lovely Nurse Joy here, and she will heal all the Pokemon in your party. And it is a very key part to Pokemon and the entire journey is you heal up your Pokemon all the time, get them back to 100% health, because as much as you can use potions and other items to heal up your Pokemon, this is the best way to do it because it's free. All those potions and stuff like that, they cost money, and it doesn't necessarily cure all the status effects of the Pokemon, because sometimes, they're poisoned or something else. I feel like I'm missing something here. Is there a gym here? No. Yes. No, I feel like there isn't. No. So what am I talking about? And how do we get to that? Oh, we get to that guy because that tree can be cut over there, but we're not there yet. We need to play the game a ton more. What house is this? Get schooled. Training school. So just to show what the inside of the... Oh, that's not the Pokemart. The Viridian City Pokemon Gym. I don't think we can go in there quite yet, but there's a Pokemart down here. I'll show you what the inside of that looks like. It's just a place where you can buy a various allotment of items for your journey. Potions, Pokeballs, revives, stuff that's standard Pokemon fare. We have 3,180 money. Oh boy. So Pokeballs are 100. No, we don't want that. Ice Heal, Burn Heal, Awakening, Paralyzed. So that's if your Pokemon gets poisoned, burned, frozen, they fall asleep, or they're paralyzed. That will heal all those different things. We don't need to do that though, because it's not going to be that big of a deal right now. We can go quite a ways without having to do that. And, we should be good overall, I would say. We're good for now. I could be totally wrong, but I'm going to take my chances and we'll see where we go. So we're on Route 2. And, surprisingly enough, I don't see any... Oh, there's Oddish. But we don't really care about Oddish now, do we? Right? Is there anything else? More Oddish. Cool. So, yeah. We'll run into one of each Pokemon. Obviously, Pokemon eventually do evolve. I believe our Pikachu and, in the other case, Eevee, don't ever evolve. They can only stay how they are. This is the Viridian Forest. This will be the majority of what the episode is all about. So, navigating this forest can be kind of a pain, but there are plenty of Pokemon here that we haven't encountered before, so let's find Weedle. Hi, Weedle. You look very huge. Huge? Absolutely massive, Weedle. The biggest Weedle that's ever been seen. Number 1 Weedle. Oh, that did not go well. All right. Go. No, come on. Go. There we go. Great. So, all the Pokemon like Weedle, Pidgey, Caterpie, all them should be easy to catch. Not anything too difficult. It's just a matter of not messing up the toss, and they're going to get added to our party. All the XP, I think, is either divided up between each of our Pokemon, or they all get the same amount of XP. I haven't been able to quite figure it out just yet. But, yeah. So, ooh, this is Metapod? Metapod. So, there are 2 types of, let's see here. Nope. Okay. Why is this so difficult? Go. There we go. Nice. It needs to be perfectly straight and aligned perfectly with the TV. Oh, yeah? Get out of the Pokeball? No, we weren't that close. Hold on. There we go. Oh, really? Not enough power to it. Okay. And that was not even remotely close. Okay. There we go. That was excellent. Cool. It's a lot easier with the Pokeball Plus, I will say. That, the catching mechanic for that was a lot easier. I don't know if it's because of the controller itself or if I was just better the first time I did it, but whatever. So, yeah, I think everybody gets the same amount of XP, which before, there was an item called EXP Share that you had to equip, but I guess it's on there by default. Hardens its shell to protect itself. However, a large impact may cause it to pop out of its shell. I've never seen it pop out of its shell ever. So, even in the anime of the show, nothing like that at all. That is Kakuna over here. We'll encounter Kakuna. So there's Caterpie, and there's Weedle. Caterpie and Weedle evolve into Kakuna and Metapod, respectively. And then those guys evolve into Beedrill and Butterfree. None of those Pokemon, none of those 6 Pokemon we're going to be using. But it's cool to catch them. I do have them in Pokemon Go, and that was excellent. Cool. So, I like the size of the Pokego Ball Plus, but it's just, So they modeled this after what the original size of the Pokeball should be. So, like, when you see it in the show, the ball goes from being super small to basically being in the palm of your hand like that. Like, it's a big Pokeball. So this is supposed to be modeled after what it's like if it's inside of your bag or if you have it on, like, your belt or something like that. So that's cool. But, yeah, now that we can't get Mew, I kind of just messed up and defeated the entire purpose of getting the Pokeball Plus. So, oops. Able to move only slightly. When endangered, it may stick out its stinger and poison its enemy. So, Pokemon will get transferred to our Pokemon box, and this is Caterpie, so we'll go for Caterpie. We haven't seen Caterpie before. The Pokebox is basically a means to store all the Pokemon that, that was excellent, nice. All the Pokemon that aren't in your party, they can be easily swapped out. Before, you had to go back to the Pokemon Center to get that done, but now you can just do it seemingly from wherever, which is smart. It's actually something people have requested for a long time. So if you touch the feeler on top of its head, it will release a horrible stink to protect itself. So Caterpie goes into the box. So I'm wondering how easy it's going to be to get every single Pokemon without having to go into Pokemon Go to do it. I'm assuming it's going to be decent, like it's going to be good, and going to be... Oh, there's a trainer battle. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge because we have to play the entire game to do so. Like, it's definitely a lot easier to play with Pokemon Go because you can just shut the game off and try it in a new area or do whatever. But there's Caterpie there. Ezra. Alright. Level 3. We're level 8. So we're going to go Thunder Shock and go that way. That's a one-hit KO, baby. Yes, you bet your bottom dollar it is. Bye-bye, Caterpie. See you later. I don't know what other Pokemon you can catch in here. I'm pretty sure you cannot catch a Butterfree or a Beedrill. You have to catch either Caterpie or Metapod and take it from there. You can see all of them on the sides there. We are not going to bother with any of them at all. we're going to go over this way here. Because, basically, the way this was in the original game... Ooh, Bulbasaur. Can we catch Bulbasaur? I want that. Because we didn't get Bulbasaur in the beginning. So, like, why not just... Ooh, Nidoran. Cool. That's a cool Pokemon that was a massive pain for me to get in Pokemon Go, I'll tell you that. We'll go Thunder Shock. And maybe not a one-hit KO because Nidoran's actually a pretty decent Pokemon. Evolves into Nidoqueen, which is a very powerful Pokemon. Tons of health, for sure. And packs quite a punch. But I'm wondering if we need to catch more than one Pokemon to, like, get because in Pokemon Go, you have candies, and you need 100 candies to evolve a Venusaur into, or an Ivysaur into a Venusaur and stuff like that. So you basically need to catch multiples of each Pokemon. Can we go this way? Not that I don't mind challenging youngster Johnny Boy Wonder over here, but, you know, we can defeat him in probably one shot here. I'm assuming we can anyways. Alright, anything interesting? No. Oh, there's Pidgey, though. They act very erratically. So, that's a level 5 Pidgey. That was almost a perfect shot right there. So, I don't know if we'll run out of Pokeballs either. Do we really care about this Pidgey, though? I don't think we do. There's 35 Pokeballs remaining. Well, we can obviously buy a ton more. But I feel like you go through a lot more, too. I'm curious how this works. So, successful technique. We got 14 XP, which is decent, I guess. Alright. Tucked him away. Cool. Because in Pokemon, you're not necessarily... Like, not that you're not necessarily supposed to catch every Pokemon, but you don't need to. You don't need to catch every single Pokemon that you have, or want to get, or encounter. Like, you only get the ones that you want. And you only catch them one time, and that's it. So, I don't know if you have to catch, you know, 150 Pidgey to get a Pidgeotto or whatever. Who knows? Actually, we're going to find out, hopefully, right after this. Because, we'll see if, like, there's an option for Pidgey. Oh, cool. So, Thunder is effective against flying types. Because, if you think about it, the air in tornadoes and thunderstorms and... I don't know. I guess that's the train of thought I was going with that. Double kick, we are absolutely going to use. We're going to get rid of Growl, because Growl doesn't actually do any damage whatsoever. So we're going to forget that move. I don't like moves like that, you know, oh, I lower their accuracy by 1. I don't really care. I want more powerful moves. I want to get my Pokemon stronger in that regard. There's only a couple moves like that I would probably keep to, you know, make them stronger. But otherwise, I like moves that actually attack and do damage. So, that's my goal with it. So, okay. We have the Metapod. Oh, that's not right. Let's see here. You want to time it so the circle gets smaller and smaller. And you want to get it so it aims right in the middle. So, if you aim it directly parallel with the TV... and toss it right at the perfect time, you should be good. So, now that we have Metapod there, like, in the game, we should be able to use Caterpie Candy on Metapod to evolve them. So, let me check in here real quick. Nope. No. Party. So, if we go to Metapod, that's Pikachu, never mind. Oh, we can change names on the fly? Wow. That is weird. Oh, we can have Pokemon follow us, too. That's a cool thing. So, check summary here. So, I'm not seeing anything about using candies of any kind. So, I'm trying to stay in the dark about this as much as I can, because I know how the game ends. I know what legendaries are in the game. I've grown up with this game. So, like, I know what happens. Nothing about this game is relatively a surprise, except for... Meltan, but that's the new legendary Pokemon that's a thing. Everything else I know. So, the things that I don't know, I do want to stay totally unaware of. So, challenged by Bugcatcher Sammy. Sending out Metapod. Oh boy. So Metapod, the only move that he knows, or she knows, in this case it is a she, is the move Harden. And that's because, you know, it's basically, you know, you go from a caterpillar to a cocoon. And a cocoon, or Metapod knows Tackle. Kakuna only knows Harden. And that is, you know, Kakuna's in a cocoon, as being able to be told by the name. And it can only higher its defense with that move. So you're supposed to gain XP by having it in your party, and then eventually it evolves. So I also got 3 Pokeballs. I love how I win money from this kid, and I steal Pokeballs. That's great. And we have Metapod here. Do I really care? I don't really care. Can I just run? What's the big deal? You got away safely. Cool. Like, I don't see any negative repercussions for doing that. So I guess we'll just leave. And that's it. So we got out of the Viridian Forest. And, cool. So that was relatively easier, I think, than the first time. We've only encountered Caterpie, Oddish, and Kakuna. And they're, you know, they're different means of evolutions for the most part. There's Butterfree up there if you saw it. You know there's a Pokemon gym up this way, Brian. Challenge Gym Leader. So that is exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to do that in the next episode because there are 8 gym leaders in the entire region of Kanto. And I love how Brandon gave me 5 potions, even though I guess he's my sworn enemy since childhood. 8 gym leaders to conquer, and then 4 champions after that. But we're going to be doing that in the next episode. I want to thank you guys and girls for listening, watching, tuning in. We're going to save our progress, and we'll see you in the next episode of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu on the Nintendo Switch. See you later. Bye.